I'm sorry, team. I'm sorry. I had an absolute nightmare this morning. Morning again. Yeah, we'll try that again. I think I must have had a power outage overnight, and then something went wrong with the router, and that was it. I just could not get it to boot on. And because it's early in Los Angeles, and unfortunately, where I live, the company that own the router are not a big company. They have or own the internet here. They have the monopoly in our area, and they're still not open. So I was online to chat, trying to get them to sort it, but finally got it booted up. All right. Most of you probably made money already, which is fantastic. I know lots of you in Discord have. Let's just go over where we're at, shall we? Let's start the day like it's early in the session. All right, so let's start on a weekly. Weekly, big, expansive move up. We're having a weekly engulfing bar right now. All right, look at the previous week. Current week drifted down. Found buyers, trapped sellers drifted all the way up. We're coming to the other side of the range. We talked about this. This was the range. This was the failed breakdown. This is the recovery. If they can base up here, they have the chance to come higher. Where are we looking for? 20,000 really. And we can think about the 200 moving day as well, especially on the ETFs. This here on a daily is a huge support, resistance. This is a huge level. All right, this goes right back to the beginning of March. All right, right back to the beginning of March, right here. This is a big over-under level. All right, this will dictate pretty much sentiment probably for the rest of the quarter. All right, so it's unsurprising that we're finding some sellers here for now. All right, that's not surprising. But if the market can base around here, all right, if we chop around and we base around here, coming into next week, what do we have? We have the ability to go for this high and this Bollinger Band, which is what we've been talking about. So far this morning, just having a quick look at it, we look very much like we're in a rotational market right now. Unsurprising when you think about the size of yesterday's move from the lows, 18,600, all the way up to 19,400. So we had an 800-point move yesterday from low to high. All right, so yes, would like dip buys, but is your location fantastic? Momentum, great. Location, not ideal, is it? Location down here, great for that move. Location here, might need to let it settle down. Let's have a look into the H1 and TPOs. All right, you can see point of control. We can move this up. Yesterday's POC is basically where we're at right now. This is what I would be looking at. We're holding yesterday's VWAP for now. I haven't changed that since the Yankee yesterday of New York. This here is your RBS. Big resistance point yesterday. Market might want to come and back test that. If we do that, that's your two leg. This is where they can trap to go back higher and retest the highs. Failure of this level here, can you allow a drift back down to fully back test? Now, why does that become dangerous for bulls? Well, if we think about liquidity, all right, we have then a left shoulder head. If we come down here, we can potentially build out a right shoulder. I would not say that will happen today. That would probably be a next week thing. So if we fail to hold this, it's possible we drift down here, then we can back test, use this as the right shoulder to go lower. So again, still at the top side of the range, but still in range. And we have to respect that we have left this gap open. Fairly inefficient right now. Might want to come and back test it. But you can see the importance of all these levels. These levels here, absolutely vital. It might just need to build out liquidity for a day before thinking about that move up again. Fail here, come and back test where we squeezed out from yesterday morning. You can see it on the TPO as well. We're very balanced. Right, this is P-shape yesterday, bullish, and we closed high. Today, arguing B-shape for now, but probably more likely to be a balanced, protecting 19,100, I say, is what is likely to try and do. 19,000 to 19,100, likely to try and protect today. Let's go up into the lower time frames. Here's yesterday's anchored VWAP. You can see we're trading off that for now. Let's get the New York line in, everything that I've missed this morning. That's the open right here. Those in Discord will note we were talking about the over-under. The over under was the previous day close right here. So we gapped down, back tested it in pre-market, back tested it at the open, got over it, rejected into overhead Globex, back underneath it, held VWAP, back over it, squeeze up into supply, back under it, might back test it again here. Big over under level is that PDC and New York level. Zooming left, why? Globex. There's your Globex. There's your Globex high. What did we do in Globex? Had an attempt to push. There's the failure to make a new high, and then we start to rotate. All right, so this level here is the bottom side of the range in Globex. This is where buyers are trapped. So what does this become? SBR. All right, this is where they're trapped, that red block. All the time we are failing there. We will keep rotating with the potential to come and back test where we broke out from yesterday. Remember this level here. All right, so we're trapped right now between an RBS, the blue box, and an SBR. So we're trapped between these two things. This is your rotational zone right now. Get over here, base, we go and take out overnight high and squeeze higher. Get under here, and you have two options: the trap or the rotation. If they get under here and fail, the rotation back to the neckline, and then probably a push back up from there. As many of you pointed out, we have initial balance now. We are inside initial balance. Initial balance for the day is 170 points, much calmer right now. You can see the back and forth and back and forth and back and forth already this morning since the open. Here's your open, drift, pop, drift, pop, drift. This is your IB. We're in a rotational day until it proves otherwise. Let's get another anchor on from New York Open. Yeah, everything flat as well. Look at the flow zones. Look at the New York Open VWAP. Look at the normal VWAP. Look at PDC. Everything flat right now. Telling you we're in a choppy rotational market. All right, it's telling you that. It's giving you the clues that we're in a rotational market. This is not a trending day right now. Not until something drastically changes. Let's have a look at the VIX. VIX doing very much the same thing. It's currently trapped underneath supply. That level yesterday that we broke down from, 27.14. So that's your supply on VIX. And I'd say demand starts at around 26.18. So we're in about $1 range here on the VIX, tightening and coiling. Just having a little look at the ES. Exactly the same scenario on the ES. Let's have a look at the ETFs. Same scenario on all the ETFs as well. Everything doing the same dance right now, which is good. We're in unison. We're in sync. But it doesn't make for a very nice market. If you already took a fade back down, and if you got that long back up into supply, you've probably got the best moves of the day. I'd say there's not much else. So I'm just plotting out because I'm late to the charts and can get in, having to plot out my ETF levels. So this is your range. This is your range on the day. If they fail here, they might come and try and sweep all these lot out. There's definitely a ton of stops here. I would be long if we start to reclaim some of these levels for that squeeze. I'm not going to play the middle of this range, especially when I'm late to the party today already. But so far, edges are holding. You've got a rotational market back and forwards. See if I can get Ninja Trader set up now. And good morning, everyone in here. So sorry that extremely late today. Not like me, but not much I can do when tech fails me. Very, very sorry about that. How many of you grabbed some of this morning? Did any of you get this? I know some of you in Discord definitely got these moves here. Beautiful, beautiful moves back up. And I know some of you are probably taking that short this morning. Back to VWAP here on the markets. A quick look at the mag as well. Tesla 5.5% up. Great rebound on Tesla. Nvidia 1.40. Meta 1.660. Google 2.33% up, and the rest of the mag down. Apple 0.5% down. Microsoft 0.25% down. Amazon 0.16% down. Google holding its gains. Not really. Given quite a bit back after that frothy action yesterday on earnings, but holding 50% retracement so far. So that's the other thing to look at. You can see the mag are not in alignment right now either. So all indications are of a very, very choppy day here. Very, very, very choppy day here. Hey, John Dennis, thank you so much for the super chat there, my friend. Very kind of you on a Friday. Paying for my coffees, and maybe I'll go and get a bagel from Yeasty Boys later on. Thanks very much for that. We made it here in the end, folks. John, I already made 1,627, done for the day. I'll just watch. BTC strangely doing okay. Yeah, Bitcoin on a big pump here, 95,000. Crypto on a big move. On a big move here. The last few sessions. Where's gold at? Gold continues a little bit of a consolidation pullback. Dixie trying to reclaim that 100. All right, here's your drive to VWAP then. I've still got to sort out my levels on Ninja. Just clean some of these up. So the worst thing about being late for the day, you just feel behind, even in terms of getting your drawings ready and simple things like that. So I don't want to make an error because I'm late and not quite in tune with the markets here. So make sure I get everything drawn out first. All right, reapproaching VWAP. Who's got the strength today in the market? NQ with relative strength today versus SPY. Hey, John, I love to read that. On a 31-day winning streak. That is fantastic, my friend. Nothing feels better than that, especially going into the weekend like that. Mike, I'm happy to stay out till it's clear. Want to keep my gains for the week this time. Yeah, quite right. Quite right. We're in a bit of a squeeze back up here by the looks of it. You know, just got to think this is rotational market. So do fib traders come in and try and slam this in the golden zone, or are we going to let this through? Microsoft now going green. Apple the only one lagging as we trade up towards, this is Globex lows again. This is what I mean. I'm late to the party, so I have to like double check everything 2, 3, 4 times to make sure I'm seeing it right. All right, so if they pull back and hold here, they might try and get some momentum, but right now you're just in the middle of the range. They also have the opportunity to do this and come and take out all these lows. Nice shelf down here if they want to get weak at some point during the day. I'm just going to let this settle down. I'm going to go and grab my coffee quickly, which is just brewed, and then I'll be right back and we'll be ready to go. Okay. Back with your team. All right, ES trying to test its VWAP and PDC here. Relative strength in the Qs as they are over their VWAPs. Question is here, do we go in a rotation back towards those lows? Or are they going to let this through And are we going for that overnight high today? Overall momentum is bullish, but like we talked about at the beginning of the show, an hour late, but still at the beginning of the show, we're right in that sort of RBS level right now, or SBR level. It's going both ways until we get a clean move over and a back test. I'd say we need a clean move over 19,500. Morning, Tyson. Back from kind of a break. Good to see everyone. I hope you're doing good. Breaks can be useful. We talked about it in Discord this morning. Well, I didn't talk about it. BU talked about it. She was struggling about 3-4 weeks ago. She took a week off, came back, and is absolutely lighting up the charts right now. Very, very proud of her. Absolutely killing it. Sometimes we just need a little bit of space from the charts for a moment. Morning, DK. Right now, for those of you who like trending markets, when you see these, all your VWAPs and your flow zones and your New York Open and your PDC, when you see everything tight like this, this is not a trending market. This is a market to stay away from if that's you. This is New York VWAP. This is yesterday's VWAP, which I just had on the screens by chance. And this is the normal VWAP. Right, so we're trying to base to go up here right now, but this is a fairly tight range considering what we've been playing in more recently, let's say it that way. But it looks like it's trying to build out some momentum to try and get upside. It's at least going to test Globex again here. ES back to VWAP again here. Looks like they're looking for that rotation as the VIX drifts back down towards its demand box. If we start printing new lows a day on the VIX, then I think you get confluence for that move up. But right now, it's still building out liquidity. Got 15 minutes here until a new H1 candle. Everything rather tight here. You can see it on the H1, what the battle is. Really easy to see on the H1. The battle is sellers want to create a lower high followed by a lower low for that second leg down into here. And then if they want to complete the move here, buyers want to squeeze these sellers who are in late to get through here and use this liquidity to go upside. That's the battle. The battle's on the H1 chart right now. Value area high on the day, 380. So you need acceptance over that really. So I'm always watching that H1 chart. It's absolutely pivotal for me. Looks like they're trying to set up for that squeeze. Alex, do I have a link to the Discord or only for people who do the course? It's only for people that do the course. I know some people might be upset by that, but there's good reason for it. The amount of Discords I've been in, which are full of people who trade different styles, they make it very, very hard for people to support each other. So the reason the Discord's just for people who've done the same course is because it means everyone's looking for the same price action. Everyone's looking for the same setups. Everyone can support each other. So on days like today, when I'm not there, when I have issues, they can all support each other. Coop is my right-hand man, shows everyone what they're looking at, but the amount of people stepping up today is fantastic to see. I'm very, very proud of that community stepping up and helping each other. The question is here, do they flag to go here? So far rejecting Globex. Are they going to look for that flag to rotate back towards the highs and then all the way up into the overnight highs? Or are we just going to continue in this range rotation for the remainder of the day? Everything flat right now. Yep, sounds good, Paul. You will be warmly received and welcome as soon as you're ready. But they were all doing very well, I can show you. All right, so I explained to them what was going on. I had some issues this morning. Where was it? Nice and early. It's like 5 o'clock this morning. I came in, here you go, having Wi-Fi issues here, doing my best to sort out. So very, very early, couldn't get it sorted. And then they all step in and support each other, which is just fantastic to see. They're all calling out what they're looking for. And then you can see here, they start to grab the shorts together. I'm in short, back testing, deep pullback flow zones. And then they start flipping long together. And then they start nailing some money. Got the long two, same here. Lovely to see. That's the type of stuff that makes me happy. It makes all the hard work worthwhile. Okay, they're trying to squeeze here. They're trying to do that flag here versus VWAP, versus the flow zones. If we're going to get a trend, they need to start stepping in. We want to see the ETF start to go here as well. Starting to base above. Hey, Marek, thank you very much. Very kind. Very, very kind of you. Marek and John both looking after me with the tips and super chat bonuses today. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Marek always makes sure I get a good lunch on a Friday, does Marek. Appreciate you, my friend. The question is here, can they create enough liquidity for a squeeze up here and a reclaim of that supply above? Can they reclaim these levels up here? If not, we just do a dance back and forwards. The other option is that the shorts, like we talked about, the battle is to take out all these players here. And the longs want to get above here because on the H1 that opens up a slingshot upside. So it's the battle for liquidity right now. You can see this is setting up as well, as is this. It's a battle for liquidity. Let it prove itself. You don't want to do a dance in the middle. I'm kind of leaning into that way just based on what I'm seeing the VIX do for now. Here we go. So back to Globex here. If we're going to start to get acceptance, we can join in. It does on the lower time frame. Definitely looks like the head and shoulders, Raphael. On the higher time frame, if you zoom out to the H1, it can be an inverse head and shoulders if they can build out the right shoulder on an H1. It can also reject this supply for a lower high, and they will need the lower low here on the H1 if they're going to do that move. Like I said, it's got to build out liquidity. We are in the middle of the initial balance range right now, just basing on a VWAP. Everything is flat. No reason to force away into the market right now. Just noticing, let me check. This was divergence here as well. I've only just seen it where NQ made a higher high there. ES did not make a higher high there. It made a lower high followed by a lower low. So ES did this move here. So this is what happens when I'm not here early. I miss some of the actions. I have to like rethink it all in my head. Tesla looks strong here. 6.75% up. Looks very strong on the Tesla today. I think they want to move this up. If they catch the spiders here at VWAP again, which is what they're trying to do, I think they want to try and get that squeeze up. VIX back to demand again. I think that's what they're looking for. We're still inside the opening range as well. Like this is not a trend trader's day, let's call it that. Definitely not. Not right now. How many monitors? 1, 2, 3, 4, and an iPad. So 4, 3 vertical, 1 big widescreen. They're all widescreen, but 3 verticals, 1 horizontal widescreen, and an iPad. Do a rate my setup. I can't see any of them all. Well, maybe you can post them to me on X at Flowzone Trader. Just do hashtag rate my setup, and you can post them, and I'll have a look at them. My setup. I like my setup. I know where everything is. The most important thing with your own setup is just to know that you feel comfortable with it. They are still trying to build this liquidity out. If VIX starts rejecting here, this is the shot that they're trying to do. Here and up to here is overnight high. That's what they want to repair at the moment in my mind. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to join in here. Flow zone starting to hold. We're in bullish. Still midpoint of the range. Looking good here though. If they start breaking out here, I think we can get going. Tesla the only lagger today. Everything else, sorry, Tesla, Apple the only lagger. Everything else green. Nice hold there, like we talked about on the spiders. They're holding the view up. I think they're looking for that rotation up to the highs right now. Can they get the break here for this flag break? Volume weighted average price, William. View up, volume weighted average price. The chop continues. The chop continues. There's a battle here. You can see it. Multiple time frames battles. Very, very clear on the H1. Easiest place to see it is the H1. That value area high from yesterday and today. 380s. 380s up here. They will need to get above value area high for extension up here right now. Yes, back underneath the view up. Couldn't get that close above it. Here comes the weakness in the spiders. Microsoft can't get green. Like, it keeps flirting red to green, red to green, red to green. It can't get going. Not yet. Apple, the weak one. Definite weakness in Apple today. Still think they want to drift this higher. It's just whether they can create enough liquidity to do it. If not, they're going to have to do a dunk before doing that move. Very probable here that we just end up being an inside day, hanging around at these levels. Yep, exactly. Douglas, sellers defending Globex for now. Like we said, on the H, very, very easy to see on the H1. Value area high, Globex low, all those kind of areas being defended all the way up into 400. That morning drive this morning, basically into 400. Your initial balance high. We're technically not in a trend day until we get above that. Above here, we get a squeeze to 500, I would say. Until then, we can just chop back and forwards and back and forwards. If they get enough of one side caught, they might do it. If there's too many buyers coming in here, they might come and clean out all these guys. Remember, there's a lot of stops down here right now. You can just be patient, let it do what it's got to do, and then we can join in if and when it's ready and sets up. So far, we're literally in the middle of the range. We're in the middle of the orb. We're in the middle of the initial balance. There's very little to do here. If they get that breakdown underneath 220s, underneath that IB low, clean out those stops at 216, maybe we get moved down into 150, 160. Some rotation coming in here in the market. Amazon's starting to go red here with it. Again, nothing aligned here in terms of market participants back towards that New York Open here. Are they going to come for these stops at the lows, or are they just moving down to find some more bids? We're in a rotational market until it proves otherwise. What I would say is ES has been producing lower highs and lower lows. That is the big difference here right now. So holding New York back to VWAP. Do they squeeze all the way back up here now? Or are they going to let this thing go? I'm not really interested until it starts to prove itself to me. I would imagine most of you made your money already. I'd imagine most of you took the money. What would I have been looking at this morning? Let's have a look. 9:30. I probably would have been interested in this move here and this here for the continuation. And I don't think I would have caught that short, if I'm honest with myself. Maybe that, but it never broke down. That's a tough short. That's where they got trapped. This is a big level here. So I think I would have got one trade. I would have got that squeeze. So either would have got long here or here for this move. And since then, I don't think I would have had anything, even if I was on with you lot. All right, looking like they're trying to trap back to view up again. We know that this is a key level. We just talked about this now. This was where they pivoted from. So if they're going to do a microstructure, this is what they're going to try and do and break above there. They need to get above value area high to get going here. Market trying to go green here on the mag. Only one lagging again now is Apple. Looks like they've trapped enough here. Can they get through that view up? I'm going to start to put a little bit of size in here. This looks good for a hold. If we can get through this view up, I think we've caught enough shorts at that point. Watching ES into it. Here we go. Up we go. Come on, sunshine. Let's fill Alex a little bit for the sells. Peeling a little bit off there. I want to see us hold here to go higher. Otherwise, I'm going to be out. Need bids to come back in this market. Glad I got some of a fill there. That would have been annoying otherwise. Microsoft and Amazon gone straight back red. All right, I don't like this market. Let's get out of this and just wait for a reconfirmation here. Had the chance to squeeze and couldn't do it then. Yeah, Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. All right, forget Apple. Apple's clearly weak today. Microsoft and Amazon cannot get going. They're just flirting red to green, red to green, red to green, red to green, red to green. The rest of the market's starting to pull back. Last time I looked at Tesla, I think it was like 7% up. Now it's at 6% up. So I have to wait for reconfirmation here for this to want to do anything. Maybe we get going again, but I'm not going to give it too much room. We'll join in if we can do something like this. Still got a little one on now. Still getting stuck at view up. Everything's still flat. This is ugly. Starting to wonder, why did I even bother coming on this morning? What, for the stream, Andrew? Do a little side, like a little side screen so you can see what I'm looking at. Here we go, back to view up again. Market needs to make up its mind. If it rejects here, then I think we go to low of day. If we reclaim this, then I think we're going to squeeze out through Globex. Let me check the news. I haven't really. New H1 bar here. See if this H1 bar, what it's going to do. If we're going to drift lower today, it's going to have to start doing it soon for that reprice. Otherwise, I think there's potential to go and repair that high. It's trying again here. ES trying again here as well. They are trying to do this move. They keep failing, but they're trying. They are trying to build the liquidity to get up and over this for this move back to the IB high. That's what they're trying to do right now. This was the move I was looking for like 2-3 minutes ago. Can they have another go at it? ES back to PDC. Looks better for it this time. Maybe they caught enough shorts on that last one. So I'm thinking about, can I join in here? Can I add into this for this move back towards these highs? Coming up to Globex. Globex at that 63 value area high at 80s, remember? Looking for a squeeze through that. Remember, high time frame sellers are up here on the hourly. Here we go. Beautiful. Adding into this move. Can we just get that break of 62s? Looking at the liquidity on the books. Some at 62s, then at 75s. Come on. No more dancing around. I just want a straight ripper of a candle. Here we go. Come on. Up you go. There's 50s. Looking for a swipe of 62s here. Definite sellers coming in there. Come on. Up we go. Enough of a dance now, please. Stops already moved into the money here. ES is going to make this extremely hard for us by the looks of it. It's just got no follow through at all. Come on, market. All I'm asking is for a push through 62s. I'm really not asking for a lot. You really should not be finding this very hard. Does M and Q look totally different to MES? Yeah, well, they're different. They're completely different charts. They look different. Like I said, you've got relative strength in the Qs today. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Looking for that drive to come and take some of these stops out here. And then for a drive into that supply block above if we can get going. I want to be very careful. This is where buyers clearly got stuck this morning. This is the key level. Squeeze through here. I'll be selling in the squeeze through here. And then if it wants to repair and hold, we can go again for more upside. I want to get some off on the stop run here. Here we go. Come on. Looking for that stop run through Globex. Pop through 62, 63s. Stop it. Stop teasing me. Stop teasing me. Come on. I need ES to get going here. Looking for ES to break through 514s. Let's just call it 515s. That will really help me. Trying to be patient. Trying to exempt some US imports from 125% tariff. Is that right? We should be going then. We should be going upside if we're going to do that. So it sounds like trade deals starting to be done now. Come on, market. This is pathetic. Tap 63.25 there. We double topped that high. Come on, you can get through this. You can get through this, market. Stop fanning around. Got a limit just above, just above that Globex. Oh my God. I still think we're going higher here. What a battle. Again, ES relative weakness, making it hard for the market. VIX approaching, where was that low of day it put in? And VIX, new low of day in the New York session. We should be going higher here. If we can't do it, I need to have some alarm bells in my head. If VIX is at low of day and ES is nowhere near high of day and we're not going to drive, then we need to have some alarm bells. But so far, we are building for that drive. All I'm looking for is to run these stops at sort of 63.25. A run of those stops should give us that squeeze up. Come on. Come on. Just let it through. Trying to be patient. Oh my God, what a dance. Maybe it's going to build out more of that right shoulder to do it. Maybe it's got to build out a little bit more here. All I'm looking for is a run of these stops, and I want to sell some into here and then hold a runner. Maybe been a bit greedy, not taking off right there at that 63. We did just get through by a tick, but come on, market. You got to give me more than a tick here. New lower day on the VIX, still driving down. 26s now. Break of 26s here on the VIX. Can ES get going for a slingshot upside? NQ is being pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. If it stops me out in the money, so be it. But this is Chop City. Come on. Build that right shoulder out and get going. Come on, build that right shoulder out. We're looking to build this out now and do this move here up into here. Really don't want it to let go of VWAP now. 39s needs to be protecting that. Microsoft not participating now either. VIX finding a bid there at 26s. Come on. Buyers on the tape at 37s. Not much selling on the tape, really. Biggest magnet's up at 400 right now. And it's only like a 36 lot. Now or never. Now or never. I'm going to have to peel some off here if it can't do it. Here we go. Now or never, market. Watching the tape. Buyers coming in here. Here we go. There's the push. There we go. Thank you very much. Come on. Let's send it. Let's send it here, folks. There we go. One left into a runner now, looking to see how far we can squeeze. Can we get up towards that initial balance high? Here we go. Just took a bit of time there. A bit longer than I would have liked. Got me a little bit nervous there. I was thinking if they dunk this on me, I'll be very upset. So into supply, runner only now. Like we said, they will have to hold this now for a continuation. Failure to hold this, I no longer become interested because we've done the move we wanted for a move into here. They must hold this for me to hold my runner. Failing to hold it, I'll be out and I'll just wait and we'll look for the next move. Any of you catch that long with me? This was the trap down here. All right, this is where we repaired. That was the dunk. This was the rebuild. This should now try and come up into these. Nice, Tyson. Tyson with the win. Just took a moment to do it. Took a few tries, but got there in the end. Yeah, exactly. Priska got it. BU got it. Jeff got it. Kaladin got it. Marek got it. Lovely work. Lovely work, team. All right, we want to see expansion here. Failure to show expansion here will be a problem for this market. VIX sort of just hovering around that low of day. It's sub 26 now. It looks good. Everything's lining up. ES now starting to get going. Microsoft starting to go green now. Amazon comfortably green now, 0.5% green. So that's comfortably gone green to red, red to green now. That's what you want to see. Yep, I'm still in it as well. No worries, Tyson. I will check that when I get off. DK got it as well. Aga, small win, but still in it. Yep, same as me. Still holding a runner here. Just in case we're going to rip this initial balance and go back up further. Yeah, we should all still be in this with a runner. If it can't prove itself, though, you know, if it starts letting go of Globex, if it starts letting go of like the 60s and 50s, then I'm not interested like this. It needs to hold this dip now. If it cannot hold this dip, I'm no longer interested in it. Have to be very, very careful in a rotational market because really If we reject this, it's a problem. We need to be holding these levels here to go for a new leg up, which is so far it's doing. It's doing it nicely. LMNO got it as well. Yeah, Cladden, I was the same. You got to take some off on those pushes. When we get those stop runs, especially in a day like today where we're inside initial balance, once we know that this is held and we get long, we have to sell some into this, because if all they want to do is run those stops and come and do this move, they will. So we have to take profit into that and then hold a runner if they're going to go all the way up. If they start failing, because we know, look how much liquidity is down here. If they want to come and take out all these buyers, 1 set, 2 set, 3 set, 4 set, 5 set of stops down there. So we have to be proactive. When we're trading inside initial balance, we're trading rotation, we are proactive. Remember, it's not a confirmed trend yet. Nick got it. Lots of new people here today, maybe because I started a bit later today, I'm not sure. Lots of new people here, but if you're just joining, hit that subscribe button, drop me a like. I'm here Monday to Friday, from pre-market all the way into lunch. Just today, we had some internet issues, which is why I'm late. We look good here, folks. We look good here. All the time it can keep basing, we're looking for that drive up, maybe towards that initial balance, 19,405. Previous day high, 19,417. And then we can think about that overnight high, can't we? Overnight high all the way up at 19,497.50. So 19,500. That's where the market will want to go if it can get above IB high and PDH. Same here, Greg. I started late. I was an hour late today. Here we go, folks. We look good. We look fantastic right now. Would love to see the ES now make a higher high on the day. Looking at a 5-minute chart. It's going to do that W, start to squeeze out. If it pops 525, I think we just do a straight run up on the ES, and that will really help this market get going. But we are into supply here. Let me move this up. Sorry, folks. Let me move this up again. This must hold this area now. Must hold this area now for continuation. Dive under here will be a problem, and we'll come down here, and then we've got all these stops to aim for. So I'm long looking for this move, but like I said, already paid myself. It must hold that area. Must be holding flow zones. Yeah, moving slower today. Definitely moving slower today. Only a 170-point range today in the initial balance. But it's not surprising, is it? When you look at the size of that weekly move, when you look at the size of yesterday's move, I think we said it was 900 points yesterday from the low. 18,000, let's call it 600. Yeah, like 850 points or something from low to high yesterday. It's unsurprising to have a slower day the next day. Market needs to consolidate. We can't just go straight up or straight down. Remember, we move by trapping one side. The whole reason we moved up here was because shorts forced their way into the market when we've had this pivot. All right, so this was just back testing that. What is that? RBS. We back tested it. There's your inverse head and shoulder. Now it's trying to go up. If it fails here and it traps buyers who came in late here, like I said, it can come and use this liquidity and come down here. If it fails here, it will use these guys to get down into here. We're in a rotational market. So I'm flat here now, back to VWAP, see how it acts here. If they let this go, like I said, go all the way back down. Can go all the way back down. They repair this and want to send it higher, we can think about rejoining in again. Yes, definitely the weak one today. SPY to VWAP there, trying to find a bid on VWAP for the SPY. VIX finding a bid there. Don't like what I'm seeing there on the VIX. I want VIX to reject sort of 26s, 26.15 here. If it doesn't reject that, to go lower on the VIX, I'd be very concerned. I'm watching to see if we redo a squeeze here. This looks good. Looks very good. Can we get back through here for a new leg? Watching Globex here. One back in here. Needs to break out of the high. Needs to get through Globex. Failing to get through Globex will be a problem. Watching ES at VWAP. Nice bounce on the spiders at the VWAP as well. Just needs one good push for a new high here. That's all we're looking for. This chart here is a 1 minute. You're looking at 1 minute here. Can we hold those flow zones? Can we hold Globex for that drift higher? Need Microsoft to start playing here. Tesla looking really good again now. Okay, Tesla 7.36% up, Nvidia over 2%, Meta approaching 2%, Google 2.12%, Amazon 0.044%, Microsoft flat on the day, again still flirting with that red to green, and Apple 0.5% down on the day. If the mag gets going here, we get going. Nice rejection on the VIX. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Rejection in front of 26. Now, if VIX can take out 25.69 and we start to trend down on the VIX, then I think the spiders will get going. Can we get going here? Looking for a continuation higher. We want to get up for a rotation into here. All right, we want to take out high of day for that initial balance and previous day high. And then at that point, we can reconsider whether we think we can get all the way up to 500s. But remember, we're in a range. Okay, so range traders will be defending this right now. Sellers will be defending this. Buyers are currently defending this. Well, let's say here, this is the middle of the range where you have to be cautious. So you need to be taking partials here. We are not in a trend day until we get outside of the initial balance. We do look good here, though. This is beautiful. Just looking for one big push through that high, if we can, through 383s, is it? Here we go. Looking at the book, there's, like I said, the biggest order on the book, he's very, very small, 39 lot, but he's up at 400. So I'm looking for him to get filled up at 400. Here we go. Come on, market. Just get through that high. Just get through that high for me. Here we go. Close, 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 close. Come on, just pop that high. Let's get up to 400 and then send it, please. Double top here. I think it's coming here, folks. I think we're going to get it here, folks. They might just need to repair down into 69 before going higher here. As long as the ES participates. Here we go, VIX at that key level now. If VIX breaks this level, we're going. I'm telling you, we're going. VIX at the low of day, overnight lows. If we break this, we are going here. This market will send it. Start breaking down here, VIX. Come on. Play ball for me. Here we go. VIX breaking that level. It's coming. Make sure you're selling some in this next move, which is coming. This is a squeeze move now, all the way up into 400. You need to be selling partials here. Respect looking left. We're in a red box. That means we're in supply. You must be selling partials into these moves. They will try and defend this. Do I think we can get up here? Absolutely, I do. But should you pay yourself? Because can they defend this? Yes, we're in range rotation. You must pay yourself. This is not a trending market. Here we go. Here we go. There goes the VIX. There goes the market. He's late, but he's still got it, hasn't he, into the weekend. Let's go, folks. Runners now for high of day, IB high, PDH, and 500s if we're going to go. Let's go. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. 400s next spot, folks. Seller at 400 through that 425 on the book. I think we're going to go for that IB high. 405s is IB high. Previous day high is 418s. We haven't touched that in the New York session yet, so they might want to come and check that. In the New York session, we have not touched that. If we get through that, we are going to go for the overnight highs. Looking really good here. If we get through 500, I probably won't be here, but if we get through 500, we will trade up to 600. Why am I saying that? Go back to the beginning of the stream, which was late, but ultimately my target is to rotate all the way back up to this high in the top Bollinger Band, but we have a gap here. Oh, we have this gap here. All right, so we're drifting into this gap. We want to repair it into 6. See this white line? We want to get all the way up to there. I don't know if it can do it today, because like we said, support, 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 resistance, 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 resistance. Today, I'd like to see this, maybe even into Monday, so that we can do that slingshot. All right, but if you're going to hold runners today, 400, 500, 600, they made it easy for you today. It's basically the whole numbers. All right, 400, 500, 600, 505, I think was, no, it was 497 was the overnight high. Just call it 500. Gap fill into this open would be 601. So just call it 600. Make it easy for yourself. If you're going to hold runners, that's what you're looking for. But again, as a reminder, you are still inside. IB. I don't know where the opening drive was. I wasn't here. Where's the opening drive? That's your orb. So base here, we go. Failed breakout will be above IB and then back down. If they do a failed breakout there, I would imagine they will want to take out previous day high first before doing that move if they're going to do an FBO. But you look good, folks. You look good right now. Drop me some W's in chat if you've made money with me this morning. That took 2 attempts for me to really lock that in, but we got there. Nice move. Got that. Locked in another green day. Keep building. Yes, Aid. I love it. So Aid got it. Jacob Up One got it. Aga got it. Omar got it. LMNO got it. Steve C got it. Kaladin got it. DPFT got it. Capped got it. Yeah. Lovely work, folks. Lovely, lovely work. Kamika got it. Thumper got it. Radar. BU. Make sure you're paying yourself. This is what I'm saying. We're in a rotational market right now. You must be paying yourself in these markets, okay? Stick to the rules. Those of you who've done the course, stick to the rules. When we're inside the initial balance, we expect choppy action. When we're inside a previous day, which we currently are, we are just about inside. This is outside. This is until we're outside this, we are in an inside day, we expect chop. John got it. Hey, lovely work. I thought you were gone, John. Made all your money already. You lot are getting rich. DK Fridays always trade small. Thank you, Alex A. DK, I used to be the same. Back in the day in small caps, I used to take Fridays off. I used to hate Fridays in small caps. I'd really struggle with them. I do have one rule on a Friday. I will not put a lot of risk on the table on a Friday. There is nothing worse than going into your weekend on a red day. Nothing. It's literally the worst thing in the world to do, isn't it? Worst thing in the world to do, because you have to then stew on it all weekend. Like Saturday and Sunday, you're sitting there like, oh, terrible. You start talking bad to yourself. And then by the time you come to screens on Monday, you're either still on tilt or you're exhausted from all the bad self-talk you've had. William, most people on here will probably be trading with Tradeovate or Ninja Trader. And lots of them will be using prop firms. So if you're new here, you can use a prop firm if you want to trade futures. All right, Tradeify. It's actually 35% off still, so this is wrong. It's actually a bit more. So use code FCT BEST. Ones there to use are the growth accounts. Or if you want to go straight to funded, you can go straight to funded. All right, so that's the best sell there. These are now 80%. I haven't had the chance to change any of these, but this, or it might not even be any sale now. Maybe you guys can tell me. I haven't had a look. And then take profit trader still 30% off. Yeah, John, make sure you're done now because you've had another fantastic day. Don't be giving any of it back. Just be done. Be happy with what you've made. Go and have a fantastic weekend with the family. Half an hour left here on stream. I'll sit with you. Apex 80. There we go. Apex 80% now. Thanks, Kaladin. Appreciate it. I think we had... I don't know if we went 100% on stream this week, but we were definitely green every day. I barely traded yesterday. I took one trade. I'm trying to remember it all. I took one trade yesterday and then flipped the other accounts. Still locked in like $1,500, I think, yesterday. We've had a good week. I've been green every day this week. No big winners, though, I will say, this week. Very, very moderate winners, which is not surprising. Like, you could look at the daily charts and be like, oh, you should have had a big winner there. And I do look at that Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday, where I was looking for that back test to get short, and it didn't come. Is it Monday, Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday is the day where I should have made really good money. That's when I had to do some self-reflection Tuesday night. Should have made big money, didn't make big money. At least I didn't lose. I traded Asia yesterday. Yeah, I made money on Asia. I did take one long yesterday on stream. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Raphael. Yeah, if you ever use my codes, it is massively appreciated, because all that happens when you use my codes is I reinvest back into stream. So if I have time, this is what I've reinvested in. So I bought a new Sony camera. This is all to go on stream. I got the adapter yesterday. I've got some wireless mics. So anytime you buy anything, any of the Apex or Take Profit or Tradeify, that money goes straight back into the stream to improve the quality of this stream for you. So I will be drastically changing things over the next few months when they're almost there with the website. It's almost there. The close was crazy yesterday. Oh, well, because of the Google earnings, DK. Yeah, the options chain, I think I said it on stream, you've got to be careful. When a Mag 7 has earnings at the bell, they will get wonky. And that target yesterday, we talked about it all day. And I absolutely know, I told everyone in Discord, I think you are in the Discord. But we definitely talked about where it wanted to go yesterday. Let me find it. Here we go. Can you see that? 400 still target for longs. All right, I said that before lunch. It was still the target for longs. Why was it the target for longs? It's where all that liquidity was resting and sitting. So as soon as the Google print came out, they just absolutely ripped it up there. Big beat for Google as well. Amazon earnings will be wired. They absolutely will. Mindful Matters, do I ever wear my hair down? No, it's so long. It needs a cut. It's too long right now. It drives me mad. I keep saying, like, what's the point in even having long hair, because I never wear it down? You're right. Thank you for the TPO video. You're welcome, John. Has it helped you? Helped you understand who's in control? I like it because it's very, like, quick glance, and you're like, okay, I know who's in control, and I know where they're in control from. Then we can just use those levels. I think it just makes it easy. It's just very quick to look at, and it works with S&R very, very well. If we look at the TPO right now, where did Alex go wrong this week? Where he didn't respect the TPO. There was a B setup. This is normally a continuation lower, but where did we open up? Above. So who's an idiot? I'm an idiot because I should have just traded this straight upside. Why? What happened? I was thinking that we would drift up into this to repair these single prints. That's what I thought we were going to do, and I got it wrong. I didn't take a trade because it never set up. That's a lie, actually. We had one short, scalp short, and I missed this because I was away from the desk, the big one. And then from this point here, we just start drifting higher, don't we? Drifting higher, and then we go P-shape yesterday, and then we base over P-shape, so we should be looking for longs higher until we get back below point of control and value area low, and from this point, maybe we come and repair. If we really repair, we repair all the way down here, which will be really horrible, because then we're in what? We're back into this horrible flipping range which I really don't want to trade in. I actually would rather this market goes full bull mode and sends it at this point, because we've been in this range. It's going to be, this is what, like 12th day in or something? Actually in the range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 days in it. We spent 2 days outside of it for the failed breakout to the downside. What tool is that I use for point of control? Which one are you looking at? This one here or this one here? This is SVP. This is session volume profile. And the point of control is based on volume, that white line. And then I draw it on. And this right here is TPO. So this point of control is based on time, not based on volume. It's they're different. They're similar, but they're different. There is a free video on my YouTube page on it. It went live last week. You can check that out. It teaches you how to use it. Still look good here for a drift higher, but the ES is a little weaker here. I'm going to get a refresh on my coffee, folks, and I'll be right back. We've got half an hour left together. All right. Willie Williams, yeah, SVP. I've got a video on that for free on YouTube as well. You can check out volume profile, market profile, SVP. Let's see if I can find it for you. So many free videos on YouTube that people don't take advantage of. Oh, we'll try and find it. Give me a second. Can't even see it right now. Here we go. There you go. Willie Williams, that one's for you. Tesla ripping, yeah, it is. Almost 8.5% up. Absolutely ripping. Apple weak, though. Microsoft weak. That's the problem right now, is you haven't got confluence in this market. They're not aligned and moving together. Tesla is the strong one. VIX has a chance here to build a bear flag and puke. If it can't do that, it's going to be a failed breakout on VIX, and it's going to trade back inside its range. I'm currently flat on this, sold into that pot, and it's starting to fail here and build liquidity out. So, you know, we've left liquidity both sides right now. I want to remind you this. This can come back here and take everyone out All right, it's not taken any of these players out, and it's not taken any of these players out. All right, so it can do the dance. What is the dance? It's the initial balance dance. Here's the dance. Hey, 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 trap you, trap you, trap you, trap you. It can take both sides out. Be very, very cautious. Like we said, inside initial balance, we expect chop. Inside previous days action, we expect chop. All the time we're inside here, that's your previous day high and initial balance high, we expect chop. All the time we're inside this, we expect chop. If we let go of this, we might trade down into this. What I did notice last night is how much it respected the last few days, the lower time frame algo. Look at this move, the last few sessions. Over, under, goes to pink. Over, we back test it twice. Once here, then we get over it, we back test it, and we sell. And now we're just doing the dance, which is why you're getting multi-time frames not in agreement right now. High time frame algo is a long way away for it to go and back test right now. Tesla trap the bears, did it? Let's have a look. I've not really had a look at these today. Oof. Oh, what a trend. What a trend. See, look at the difference with Tesla. Builds the flag at the IB and never looks back. There's your orb, never looks back. Strong day. Just simple flag. Push, pull back, go. So simple. Where's it going on a daily chart? Let's have a look. Same kind of area that we're in for the Qs. This area here. Might want to back test some of these. If it gets through here and builds, it's going to do this move here. And then it will find sellers in here somewhere. It will have to build liquidity here for that move. If it pushes up here, steals liquidity, it can trade all the way back downside into sort of 250 before looking for that same move. That's such a clean hold this morning, though. Look at that. What you want to see, holding previous day's highs. So if you're a long Tesla, you're looking to sell some 82s all the way up to 92s. These guys here is what they're looking to take out. Max pain here for puts, I would say. They're probably in puts here, 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 and here, and they're about to get squeezed out. That's a nice W, but we haven't really come back to back test that on the W. So I expect at some point it comes back towards 62. Not today, but on another trading session before making that move higher. Stuck here on the Qs, starting to build liquidity out. You need to be careful if they do this move here. They're trying to trap short term here. They're trying to use long term or higher time frame to come down. The algo lines are just based on backtesting numerous years of where the market likes to check. All you need to know is that if you're above the lower time frame algo line, technically in something like an M15 and above, we're bullish. If you're below it, we're bearish down to the higher time frame. And you just think about them stacking the right way, right? So a super bullish move will be the lower, will be a higher time frame. Then it would be lower time frame over it. Then it would be deep pullback flow zones. Then it would be momentum clouds. That's a very bullish setup. So like we've had that in the last week. Think about here. Right, there's your higher time frame algo. There's your lower time frame algo. Lower time frame goes through higher time frame. Flow zones go through lower time frame. Now everything's stacked. Higher time frame, lower time frame, deep pullback, flow zones. And they start to spread out. They're condensed and they start to spread out. This is a very bullish move at that point. because you've got every single time frame participant as a buyer in the market. So 609 lot appeared on the tape up there. What is he playing at? He's up here. He's just come on the tape. Starting to rotate here and get heavy. Back to New York, back to PDC. Are they going to go back down towards low of day here, or are they just going to hold this and rebuild to try and go up again? I don't know. They're playing games. They lack liquidity. What I would say is had numerous chances to get up towards those high of days. VIX just broke down and found a bid again. Again, these key levels, 26 is going to be key on the VIX. There is a chance for this move to go all the way back down to the lows. Absolutely has the opportunity to do that if it wants. If they've trapped enough buyers in and they didn't get their move here. Here we go. Amazon's starting to go red. Microsoft's starting to go red. Apple's starting to sell. The only one really strong is Tesla. And you got to think, when that squeezes over, what happens? How long left here? 15 minutes left. Owly has a chance. The Owly has definitely got a chance to make a lower high here. If it starts to attack the lows, it's going to go down to 19,200. You've got the point of control right now, 19,200. And what's that? 65, 70s? Somewhere around there. There is a chance for this to move lower. If they've trapped enough bulls, the bulls didn't get that rotation to highs. If they've trapped enough, there's a chance for them to move lower here. Come and clean up some of these if they really want to. Oh, yeah. I think we've made the easy money. Well, it wasn't that easy, but I think we've made the money. I wouldn't be surprised if we just base out here. Just looking at the daily, it would make sense to base out here for the rest of the day and hold against 19,165. As long as it holds that, a pullback into that and a hold, I think we're setting up something really nice for next week. They build this out here. If they've trapped enough bulls, they can come from this and then this. If they've trapped enough bulls. You're right at the midpoint, though. If you're going to trade this, just know that it's not a good location for an entry. Oh. I think that's probably me done. I cannot see anything here I want to trade in this chop. We got a nice move higher. Anyone who missed it, we were long for this move here. stopped out here and then reloaded for this move and then done. And now it's got the chance to come back down here. It still has the chance to go back up here. It's left liquidity both sides, which is never what you want to see. So they make it really, really hard, and they can continue to chop around all the time they're doing that. So a good day to just take your money and run on a Friday. This is what I would say. Take your money and run away. Back to VWAP here. Back to flow zones here, right in the middle of the range. Wow, Tesla mega squeeze, 9.19% up now. Tesla's dragging this whole market up with it because nothing else is really interested in going much higher at the moment. In fact, quite the opposite. Was there actually news on Tesla? Or was it just a squeeze after those earnings? Trapped everyone. Other than Elon saying he's going to slow down work for Doge. I saw that, but was there any other news? Maybe, I guess, with the car, less tariffs coming as well. Robo-taxi news, okay. Oh yeah, the earnings weren't good. It was a big miss. That's why I said those earnings. But it was more about the call, like we talked about. At the moment, all that anyone cares about is the guidance. Callan, the Discord is for people who have done the course. The link is down below. It's a one-time fee. All right, so you get a 20-hour course, 40 modules. You get this flow zone indicator, and you get Discord for life. It's just a one-time fee, no monthly sub. That's how you get it. flowzonetrader.com. You can find everything there. Wow, what a ripper, Tesla. What a ripper. 9%. Crazy. Crazy. Back to Globex we go. Like we said, we've left liquidity both sides. This can be very, very trappy. That 600 lot or whatever he was a minute ago just left the tape. Do they go back for PDH now? Was that it? It sure looks like it. It sure looks like it. Back to Globex again. This is the top of the right shoulder that they were trying to build out. So it's buyers failed to get that rotation. Sellers so far have failed to get that rotation. This is your range. This is where buyers are stepping in. This is where sellers are stepping in. This is your range. If you don't like trading ranges, which I don't, then you need to wait. Everything's very condensed here. Flow zones, deep pullback, VWAP, anchored VWAP. Lower time frame algo, PDC, everything's tight here. And you've got 8 minutes left till lunch. If you've had a good week, if you've made some money, consider shutting it down. Yeah, consider just taking a break. That's what I was asking, DK. I think it's more that I know Trump said they were going to be more lenient on tariffs for cars in China and stuff. So I don't know if it was that. I know Elon said he was going to work at the Doge less. Let me see if I can find much. Trump streamlines federal process allowing Tesla to secure general unsupervised autonomy license. So that's it. Like someone said, I can't remember who said it about the taxis. That's what it is. So it's a government removal red tape. Let's call it that. When we talked about it last week, everyone was like, that brand's done and Tesla's over. And I was like, it will still make money. And like, this is what happens when people get emotionally short against a company because they decide they don't like the CEO. You are asking to get absolutely destroyed. And they will be getting destroyed right now. Those people who decided I'm short, I'm taking puts on Tesla because I don't like Elon. Well, you're learning a hard lesson. The market doesn't care what you think. The market moves on financials and financials only. And if they think there's growth in this company now because they've removed red tape, which is clearly what's happened, Trump's removed red tape so that they can get into the taxi game quicker. This is what happens. We price in ahead. Remember, the market's always forward looking. We will price in ahead. This is why you get buy the rumor, sell the news type events. This is what's happening right now. They're effectively buying into the event before it happens. And when they print the next earnings, they can take their profits. Yeah, well, GME is a very extreme example because that had nothing good about it other than a short squeeze. But yes, blue collar. There was nothing good in the financials. There was no good news. There was absolutely nothing on GME at all. But in terms of technicals with the short squeeze, yes, they got a gamma squeeze against a hedge fund. Very unusual scenario, that, though. Rejecting that top right shoulder again. Tesla pulling back a little bit. A little bit. You have 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Until we move in. Let's move this mic closer. Until we move into lunchtime. And then I'm going to say sayonara for the weekend. Just a reminder what you're looking at. Higher time frame. We are holding yesterday's anchored VWAP. The buyers will want to get above here to build this move here. The sellers will want to defend this to create a lower high, and they will need to get a lower low if they're going to defend it. That's what you're looking at. That's what's setting up. Sellers versus these levels, and buyers versus these levels. Sellers will try and force this move. Buyers will try and reclaim it, force the sellers out to go higher. H1 making it nice and clear for you today. So even though the lower time frame looks very choppy and messy, you can see what the game is on the higher time frame right now. They're trying again. They are trying again for that squeeze towards the highs. This is neckline here. Do or die now. Big, big level. Is there any juice left? That's what you're kind of asking. Two minutes left. 2 minutes left, folks.
banging on that old value area high again. Can they force that squeeze up into lunch? That's what it looks like they're trying to do. They're trying to force the issue to get up there, maybe to get their profit target so they can walk away for the day. I don't know. No idea. But everything's still flat. If you look at the flow zones, at the VWAPs, everything is flat and sideways right now. It's still choppy, 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 choppy. This is a big battle. Lower time frame buyers trying to get up there. Higher time frame sellers on the hourly are selling against value area high, trying to force this lower high into the market. That's the battle right now. Point of control on the day is all the way down 52s. This is overnight point of control, or yesterday's point of control right now is at 52s right here. New hourly bar coming in 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 20 seconds, sorry, 2 minutes. And then I'm out of here, folks. Out of here for the day. Glad we got something, though. Glad we got something. There you go. Lunchtime now hit. I expect the volume to seriously die down now as we're into Friday lunch. Everyone's sort of walking away. They've had their games for the day. They've done what they want. They'll probably get off, as will I. Getting off the screens now. Have a great weekend, everyone. Again, I'm really sorry what happened this morning with the internet. Not much I can do about that. And we'll be back Monday. We'll go again Monday. Take care, everyone. Remember, we're an inside day. If you're going to continue to trade this, you are on a Friday, on an inside day. You need to be careful, right? Do not force your way into this market. If you had a great week, think about going into the weekend feeling good about yourself rather than sitting here for any more hours, potentially giving back to the market. All right. Peace and love. Be kind to each other. Use hard stops. Everyone in Discord, I will pop in later. Take care.